sound speed.
Sound guy, we on? We rolling?
Tommy, you got
Tommy,
this?
good?
Tommy, we're good.
Okay. Oh, no,
What's going on?
Benedict Cumberbatch is coming in, but like.
Oh, hey.
No,
Benny.
No. Get out. Go. Stand back. Go.
No, what? Oscar.
Go. I have a restraining order on you.
Really? Leave. I don't want to get one. Okay.
Yeah. He used his. I was gonna say like cosmic, but that's the wrong one.
Mystic energy.
Restraining order on him. They're doing the Avengers 4 reshoots if you guys haven't picked up yet.
Yeah, we talked about this already last time.
Yeah.
Hey.
So
you,
Benedict is, spoiler, he lives. Not Doctor Strange, Benedict.
Benedict does.
He actually becomes a character
back.
in the show.
Benedict Wong.
Yeah.
Whoa, isn't this crazy for you video listeners? What, we have 2 mics now? Yeah,
this
we
is
do.
gnarly. For all you audio listeners, we're using one microphone.
Yeah, don't tell them, video listeners. I realized that we talked about our audio listeners in like past podcasts. We talk to them like there's some kind of like we're like for you audio listeners.
Like we have like a secluded fan of like audio listeners.
But honestly, I enjoy audio listeners because that would mean that they don't actually know us. Probably, most likely. Except there's never mind.
I enjoy sometimes turning off my phone and listening. There was
what? It's something nice. Yeah.
There was a podcast that I saw that I really enjoyed that I've never listened to before. But it was have you ever heard of Smallville?
Yeah,
Lex Luthor, the guy that plays Lex Luthor has a podcast and he has Stephen Amell on it. And I've never listened to his podcast before, but I was like, this one's good.
Yeah?
This one's good. They talked about Stephen Amell's personal life.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, that guy.
He was on Just Kidding News, and I really enjoyed him. Anyway. Hello, guys and gals, and welcome back to Limitless Conversations. The podcast hosted by 2 broke and enthusiastic teenagers. My name is Ian Boyd.
My name is
Oscar Wolfgang. And today we have some topics for you that are exciting and cool. We got, take it away, Oscar. What do we have?
All right, so we got, it is hot. People are burning and they're dying because of the hotness. Back to you, Ian.
So, in other news, it is freezing cold. I am dying. People are crazy.
Have you seen the video that was like, when you're like trying to make it, when you're like trying to fill out the last couple words on an essay, and it was the video of the people being like, "This just in, the building is burning." 12
people died in the Bronx last night due to a fire that killed 12 people in the Bronx last night because of the fire.
According to news, they died because of the heat of the fire in the Bronx. Back to you.
Okay.
Just in. The survivors in the Bronx.
Okay. Anyway, the time codes. It's a night shoot. Like, this is probably one of the latest we've ever shot. So we'll see. We got some different moods, or we're just the same in all of them. Anyways, the links to all these topics that we're about to mention will be in the description for you. So you can just skip ahead if you don't want to listen to this kind of stuff from us. And also, if you want to listen to our audio version, we will have the link to the Soundcloud down there. And we also are on Google Play Music. The past 3 hours will be on that all the time.
Soundcloud or Google Play?
Both, because they're connected. Which is a shame.
Right.
We're going to work on that eventually, but you just have to pay that subscription. We don't want to do that just yet.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to save our money. We're broke. We got this mic secondhand. Let's get on with it first. Actually, no, we don't have to do that.
Well, we can just chill, you know. I was going to say something, though. It just came into my mind. It's completely random, but I was like, man, it would be really funny if one of these podcasts, one of us is busy, so we just do, like, a podcast by ourselves. So it's just one of us here being like, welcome to Limitless Conversations.
Hosted by a broke and enthusiastic teenager. My name is Ian.
Anyway.
This is a secondhand microphone. It didn't work due to some technical difficulties. I don't want to say it, but it was Tommy, our intern.
Tommy is snarred. Is Tommy here today?
We don't need him. Guys, can you check on Tommy? I'm worried.
No. Okay, wait. Cut. Okay, seriously. I'm worried.
Tommy. Oh, okay, do you think we're too hard on him?
I need to call.
I don't know. It's just some kind of burning passion when I look at him. He's like the newbie, the new meat. I just have to rip a chunk out of him.
Hello?
You just locked your phone. You weren't even calling him.
No.
You weren't even going to try it.
No, I just texted him. He said he's cool.
Okay.
He's actually right there. I was pranking you.
Oh.
Gotcha, bro.
God.
Tommy.
Tommy. Stop! I told you to wear those heels I got you. You're too short. Okay? I can't see you. No, I don't have an obsession with... No. Okay, put the restraining order down.
Benedict, get out!
Get out. This is all over the place. Okay, thank you. Roll the intro. I almost just said thank you, goodbye. Roll that intro. Sorry, I'm just really nervous.
Okay. And we're back.
And we're back.
That was by Ross Budgeton.
Our man.
Our boy. Our savior. So,
I'm so happy that mic is working now. I can hear your voice now. It's just beautiful.
Now you can hear.
Yeah, we can't get too close to that one. It's secondhand.
It's not the highest quality.
Yeah.
Okay, so topics for today. We're gonna talk about Miguel B. Jordan is accordingly gonna play the Superman.
Yeah, let's start off with there was a lot of kerfuffle a couple days ago about the whole Superman thing.
Harold Jebediah Cavill,
also known as Henry.
Yep. He the Hollywood Reporter made a little thing saying, "Hey, Henry's out. He's leaving the cape behind." Then his agent was like, "No, he ain't." Henry released a video on Instagram being like, I don't know.
Did a classic Jim face.
Yeah, it's called Jada now.
Yeah. Sometimes I like making myself seem like the same height as you.
Sometimes I like to as well. Alright.
This is what it looks like in real life.
Let's stand up for a second.
You just and this is me standing.
Yeah. Alright. So, and then Warner Brothers released a statement where the Henry's agent was like, Warner Brothers will be releasing a statement later today. They were like, we're releasing our statement. Henry is a man.
A man of steel.
We love Henry.
Chirp, chirp. Yeah, that's what we left out about our first meeting story. Oscar just hated every joke I would throw at him, and I wouldn't stop. I would just, it was an onslaught of jokes.
He would be like, hey, yo, bro.
Wow, what's going on?
Man, I'm just workshopping. It's cool.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's the cricket. It's not that exciting. Anyway. So Michael B. Jordan is a possibility that people want.
Warner Brothers accordingly apparently is considering Michael B. Jordan, star of Black Panther, star of Creed. Most notably, his most accurate and most powerful portrayal is obviously Fantastic Four.
Yes.
He's being considered for Superman.
Is he being? But it's not confirmed yet because we don't even know if Henry isn't even there yet.
Yes, but according to certain news outlets, according to some, Warner Brothers is considering Michael B. Jordan. I love this idea. How do you feel?
I don't mind it. I don't care. I would miss Henry Cavill.
Me too. It would be
It would be quite a change up.
We'd miss Henry. I think he was the best Superman we've had yet, besides like Christopher Reeve, the original, or not really the original, but yeah, it would be like a rebirth, kind of like the DC Comics rebirth. It would be a new look at Superman. I feel like one that DC needs, one that would draw eyes. People would be like, "Hey, yo, he's Black Panther, now he's Superman."
It's Superman. Goodbye, Superman. Hello,
new Superman.
Killmonger.
Yeah, I think it'd be super cool.
Oh, I can't even imagine that guy who was in the theater during
Who's
this
news.
It's Superman! No, that's Superman! He just doesn't talk for the next 5 days. His wife is like, Harold, I made you some dinner.
Superman.
It's not the same. I can't eat it like Superman anymore. You want to go watch a movie? No.
I just want to watch Superman. Here, let's watch a movie. There's this one where Batman and Superman fight. And he's like, really? Finishes it. Superman!
That's not my Superman!
Superman just died! Superman! Anyway,
we're making him sound like a child, but he was a full-grown man going, oh, that's Superman!
Anyway, I think it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
There was a character named Val Zod, and there's people are like, oh, Michael B. Jordan's being Superman. They're doing an Earth 2 version of Superman.
Yeah.
Which they could, but I hope not. I hope it's just Clark Kent.
Yeah?
I want Michael B. Jordan to be Clark Kent. Earth 1, I kind of think they're just going to, do a very soft reboot of the DC worlds of DC, where, you know, phase 1 for the MCU was Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2 went like that.
Yeah.
I think what they're hopefully gonna do is their phase 1 for the DC is gonna be Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, and go there. Okay. And then their new Batman and their new Superman is gonna go into that. And you're gonna forget about Justice League. You're gonna forget about Batman, Superman, Man of Steel. Is like the Incredible Hulk kind of thing, where it's like, you know.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do that, where Wonder Woman is still canon, all that's still canon, except for the things with Henry and Ben, and they're just gonna cast new.
Okay.
I think that sounds awesome. I really think a Michael B. Jordan Superman would be freaking cool. I can like already think of like, I was coming up with my own idea of like, there's a thing with writers. I don't know this. I'm not a writer, but I heard writers say every job that a writer is scared to take is to do a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Because Superman movies are hard to do. And so I was, like yesterday, I think I was thinking like, how would I do a Superman movie? And to this day, I still don't know. One day. But I thought of a really interesting way to open the movie.
Okay, yeah.
Let me hear a little bit about that. Let me explain to you how I would love to hear that. Open the film of Superman.
Okay.
So I'd probably call it like Man of Tomorrow, you know, Superman Last Son, something like that.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
And I think I'd open with like a soundtrack, like a beautiful slow soundtrack, like the beginning of Batman vs Superman was like it shows like Batman's parent dying. I wouldn't do that, but I'd have like the beautiful slow soundtrack, and it would show Superman being a kid, his planet blowing up, him being sent to Earth, like all that in the intro. It would end with like the big title Superman, and then it would cut to him, adult, and he's doing a job interview at the Daily Bugle,
the Daily Planet.
He'd be doing a job interview, and they'd be like, so got any special skills? And it would like cut to him like taking out fools as Superman and being like, I'm reliable. And just like stuff like that. That's how I thought they could like open it. And Michael B. Jordan's a very charming man. He could pull off a Superman.
Yeah. And he's no longer with Marvel because his character, as what we know so far, I don't think he's with Marvel anymore, so we could do that probably.
If they did it, I think they need to pull a little Marvel. Not like pull an actual Marvel, but Marvel, they're like, or at least with Spider-Man, they made his homecoming suit, not his homemade, but his like Stark suit, looks really classic and really good, but also futuristic kind of. I think they need to do that with this one, where it's like his suit from Krypton, sure, it's from another planet, but give him the classic S. Don't give him like this S that means like, oh, it means hope. Whatever, like give him just the legit S, make it bright blue, bright red, gold belt. No, not the red underwear, obviously. No. But like, I think that would be super cool. I like that a lot. I think that would be a very interesting way to go with it.
Okay.
I have a whole like Worlds of DC thing planned. I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, right here. I have like a whole like roster plan that I made.
I tried to steal it one time, and
I cut his arm off.
He did. He hurt me.
Yeah, that's why you don't see this one.
Yeah,
because it doesn't exist.
It's just.
Anyway, yeah, high five, man. No. Come on, high five. The camera's not rolling. Really? No.
Tommy, did you stop? Okay. We're good?
Yeah, you turn it off. Come on, that's fine.
Got you, bro. He's rolling. Damn it.
I'm just workshopping with you, man.
Anyway. Speaking of the Spider-Man suit, what is your favorite suit? That Spider-Man, live-action Spider-Man.
Live-action Spider-Man. Did you ever watch Spectacular Spider-Man? You know, like
cartoon?
Spectacular Spider-Man. Well, anyway, that was my jam. That
got
came
a lot
out.
Of catching up to do. I have to be like Captain America and make a list of all the superhero stuff I missed.
I think that came out in like 2006, maybe.
Okay.
So I was watching it back in the Wii age. And I loved that suit. It was just like, I don't like Spider-Man suits that have very detailed, intricate webbing.
No.
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, if you imagine like the parts of his chest that are red, I don't want 16 rows of webs. I want like 4, like very wide rows of the webs, you know?
So that was like,
I don't like how detailed.
Did the Homecoming suit have?
The Homecoming
was good, yeah.
And that's why, because the Homecoming suit looks just like this Spectacular Spider-Man suit. It even like the eyes, even though they have like the lenses for Homecoming. Which
I'm glad they made it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really smart. But like, it like makes him like emote.
Yeah, exactly.
But like in the show, his eyes look like that. They didn't do the. Yeah. But you know, like, and the spider symbol on his chest from the cartoon looks just like the one from like the MCU. So that's my favorite suit by far. I love that he actually has a utility belt finally. Like that's it makes sense, man.
I get it.
The one complaint I have is when I heard back when the rumors were spiraling about if Spider-Man even is in Civil War. Back in those days, the thought that I thought was like, they were like, oh yeah, Iron Man's gonna make a suit. So it's like, he's gonna have like the UI thing, like when you're seeing Spider-Man spin and he's talking, it's gonna cut to him inside the suit with like the UI, and I was like, that's gonna be freaking cool. Iron Man's UI is like blue. They'll maybe make his red or green or something, and they never did that, and so I'm just waiting until they do that.
Yeah, it might be different because of the mask thing. It's like tight to his face, so he wouldn't really have the option of doing that. But I wasn't the biggest fan
of the Homecoming suit.
No, because
I used to really love the first Amazing Spider-Man suit with the gold lenses and like not too much anymore. But I used to like that one.
I didn't like the CGI-ness of it. Almost.
Me too.
Because they had the practical one, except they didn't use it, right? Yeah. I would have, because I think they made it a bit better for Homecoming, but in Civil War it seemed pretty CGI heavy.
The thing about Civil War is, did you see the original suit?
Yeah, it was the
like there was an original suit they used for Civil War that was like really baggy on top. Yeah. They shot tons of scenes with him in that suit, and they're like, this isn't cutting it, so they put him in a mocap suit.
So
all the scenes with him they just digitally did. And then when Homecoming came out, they're like, okay, let's make the
but another part of it is when they have the webs, when they're not like that, it also makes it look more cartoony when it's practical still, but I do like the practical suit. I don't really like when they CGI it and make it super saturated.
You know, one thing I really like about the Homecoming suit is it felt real, because they didn't put any muscles inside the suit, you know? Like, no fake muscles. It's actually just Tom in there. When he puts on his mask, I think for some scenes, obviously, they put the face shell on, they put the mask on, but, like, for some shots, they just have the chest mixed with the mask, because you can't, like, make it look that good putting a mask on and then leaving it, because then, like, the little things will stick out.
Yeah, you gotta tuck it under.
There's some shots of Tom actually putting the mask on without, like, a face shell in, actually putting on, and it looks like...
It looks
like
good,
if they did some shots of him wearing the mask and the suit and like not connected, it doesn't actually.
Yeah, that was
look
one of the
bad.
biggest disappointments, when you wear like a Spider-Man mask or something like that,
and it's like stuck out.
Yeah,
but like the Homecoming one looked actually pretty good.
Yeah,
and I was impressed.
But it
with that.
especially for me, because of my large nose, it just goes like
I know what you mean.
And I'm like, oh well, true, you need a face shell for all that stuff. And then you look back at the Spider-Man movies like Andrew Garfield's and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, he obviously has a face shell. Like,
Deadpool. Deadpool's one is super cool though. Most face shells like cover the whole face, but for Ryan Reynolds, they only make the face shell up to here like Batman,
so that
when he talks, his jaw actually moves.
Yeah,
which I like. But anyway,
I didn't really like. How do you feel about the Tobey Maguire stuff? Are you
Sam Raimi suits? I'm okay with. They're
just
okay.
that trilogy in general.
People are
very diehard about it.
People are very diehard about it, and they love it, and that's great, and you're allowed to love it. I like it. Like, I watched it as a kid. I loved it. When I heard that they weren't doing Spider-Man 4 anymore, I was like, no!
The Amazing Spider-Man still has a special place in my heart, I think, and that's almost still my favorite. Even though they're not great films, they're still, like, my favorite Spider-Man.
I don't want to, like, destroy your feelings, but my least favorite Spider-Man suit is the one from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Do you like that one? I hate that one.
You hate it?
I hate it.
There's a lot of people that really enjoyed it, with the eyes and everything.
It's great that they're like the big eyes and everything, but if there's one thing I hate about Spider-Man, it's 3D webbing and silver webbing, and they did both of those.
Did they do silver webbing?
Yeah.
And you don't like 3D webbing?
No, when you actually put like thick silicone.
Did they do that in the first Amazing Spider-Man?
No.
Oh, really? Okay. Because I did like the first suit better, I think.
The first suit was cool because it felt sporty, and like. The webbing that they did was kind of 3D, but it was like very intricate. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It felt like...
Because this is the series that got me... Because I remember I didn't watch any Marvel movies, really. I watched this before any of the, MCU movies.
Yeah.
And it made me remember, like, oh, this is why I watched Spider-Man when I was a kid. Like, this is why I love this character, this series.
Yeah, I loved this movie when I saw it the first time.
Yeah, I know.
It was freaking cool. But, like, when you look at the suit... You don't really like the first thing you look at aren't the webs really. You know, they kind of mix with the suit well. This suit, I don't want to say it, but I can't stand it. Black lenses, silver eyes, silver webbing, nothing mixes. If they put more black on the suit, I'd like it. it looks like someone took like 4 colors and they're like, there, that's a suit.
Yeah.
That's a suit. You know, like it looks like a video game character kind of thing, you know. I don't like it. Looks like a toy.
Yeah. I need to watch the Amazing Spider-Man movies again.
Yeah. The only part of Amazing Spider-Man 2 I like is that one scene though when he shoots his webs and this web comes out as a hand.
Oh yeah.
Trying to grab Gwen. I was like, oh, it's beautiful cinematic history.
Yeah. I did like the slow motion where like his people were running and then the hand railings were getting electrocuted and you kind of saw his thought process. So yeah, there were definitely things in those movies that they did well. But it just wasn't that. They weren't like amazing things now that I look back at them. But
amazing. Like, you could say spectacular.
No.
You could say they were ultimate. You could say they were superior.
They were.
Sorry.
They weren't anything to write home about.
Well, good thing Homecoming's coming really soon. So
speaking of Spider-Man, though, Spider-Man PS4, you played it.
I finished it in 2 days.
And what was your favorite suit from that?
Here's my problem. I love Insomniac. I love Marvel. If you're watching this, I love you. I mean this in the least offensive way, but there's a black suit in the game. Okay. Spoiler, there is a black suit. They never mention it. They don't have a symbiote suit, but there are many black suits.
Okay.
One of the black suits has a red spider and red eyes, but it has like the Homecoming lenses.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is freaking awesome. There's a scene. Do you care about spoilers?
Oh no, I don't.
If
you care about spoilers, maybe skip ahead a little bit.
Topic.
Yeah, or the next topic. Yeah.
So there's a scene where Peter helps Miles fight off some like bullies.
Okay. And Miles doesn't have powers till the very end.
No.
Yeah.
And so he's like, here, Miles, let me teach you how to fight.
Okay.
And he's like, he puts his hands up and goes, punch my hands.
Now, does Miles know that Peter has powers in this game? As Spider-Man, he doesn't know that he till the end.
Spider-Man has powers, but he doesn't know Peter has powers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Until the end, when Peter jumps on the roof too.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's why it's like it's so cute.
Yeah.
But so he's like, here, punch my hands. Now that suit, the way you unlock it is you play a Black Cat mission, and at the very end, she's like, here, I left you a suit, Spidey or whatever, and it's the black suit. And I was like, cool. He puts his hands up. There's claws on the suit, like little nail claws, like a cat. And I was like, this suit's black, it's red. And then he goes like that, and I was like, ah! I didn't know, like, it took me out of the scene. Like the whole scene when he's teaching Miles to fight is supposed to be like, it's beautiful, but I couldn't stop staring at these nails because I was like, why are they there? And then I was like, oh, it's Black Cat.
Yeah.
But like, and then I was like, oh wait, that was an important scene. Now I can't go back because it's like a open world game. I loved that suit until I found out about the nails, and I was like, stay away from that.
Did you play any of the side quest things on there?
100% completed a couple hours ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's how I got the
Oh, right. Yeah.
The white emblem suit, like the one that Insomniac made for the game, I like. I would have preferred if this suit was exactly that, but all the white parts were black, except for the lenses. Like if the spider was black, the white on the hand was black instead. That would have looked very cool. Maybe they will do that. I don't know. I think... but on my TV, or maybe it's just the game, but the reds look a little orange, and I don't like that. So my go-to suit was the Homecoming suit, like the Stark suit, because it looks real. Like when I was watching it, there was actually times where I was playing that game, and I was like watching a cinematic, and I was like, oh wait, no, I'm playing a game, because it actually looks like I'm watching Homecoming. Like it's really realistic.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I noticed that, like when I'm watching that stuff, I was like.
Especially with the Stark suit. Like, it looks so real.
This looks like it could be part of a movie.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to play the game, even though I don't play games. But like,
you can come over and try it. It's really fun. It's addicting.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Do you ever just kind of chill and swing around?
Yeah. That's like my go-to. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
I hear that they found there's the Norman Osborn house. And then inside that house, there's little figurines of the Sam Raimi suit and the Venom
I didn't see
suit.
that.
Yeah, there's a little Easter egg of that.
Shoot, I should look for that.
Yeah. And did you get the Sanctums?
I saw it. Yeah,
you saw that?
Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
I climbed all the way up the Avengers Tower, which is I think the tallest building in the game.
Okay. Yeah.
I dived off it and it was like, it was fun. It's really fun.
I liked that scene too in The Amazing Spider-Man
when he's that's a good one. Where was I gonna go from that? Oh yeah, so. Spider-Man PS4, very fun, very enjoyable. Did you see the suits from the game?
I saw, I haven't seen. I don't remember all of them, but I saw some.
Any ones that like piqued your interest?
I think was there one that had green on it?
Yep.
Because I have a thing. I really like green stuff. I really like Green Goblin suit from from Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I loved his suit. For some, like,
I don't remember what that suit was called. It was called like Big Time or something. Okay. The suit in
PS4.
Yeah.
I would just picture my dream when I was younger was to have, because I had these glasses that were like green and black, and my dream was to be able to go like that, and then like it would do like a face shell thing, and then I would be able to have like a AI thing in the glasses, and then that was like one of my superheroes that I made up when I was younger, and it was really stupid, but like I would have a sweater and it would turn into armor, and that would press it. So it would be like a mix between Iron Man and that. Yeah. Because I used to watch. Did you watch Power Rangers Jungle Fury? I know it's not the original Power Rangers
movie that came out, which was okay.
I only watched Jungle Fury. I know it's not the original, but you know what? I don't care because they all have animal things, and then they all have sunglasses that they put on, and they go like boop boop, and then like it turns into, and it's so cool, and that's where I got the idea to do the thing.
Okay, all right.
So yeah,
cool.
That's my little rant about fun stuff. Anyway, green and black. Green and black is my favorite combination for superhero stuff.
Suit that was in PS4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't unlock that one. My one problem with that suit was I'm fine with the green and black. It actually looks super cool. My problem though was Spider-Man's never really worn green.
No.
If they did black and blue, black and red, I would have been like, okay, I'll wear that. But the green just took me out of it.
I'm not thinking for Spider-Man. I'm just thinking like suits in general. I would wear that suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good game. I liked what they did with Scorpion. I like what they did with spoiler Dr. Octopus.
He's the head honcho, right?
He turns out to be the main villain.
Yeah.
And it's very good. If that was a movie, that would be the best Spider-Man movie ever.
Was it predictable or anything or no?
Predictable, but in like the best way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, you know he's going to be Dr. Octopus, but like you don't know if he's going to be the villain. Like, even though it's hard to explain. Since the beginning, him and Peter work together, and they're trying to make arms for the amputees. And he's trying to like do it, and halfway through you find out he has like a cancer and is messing with his muscles, and he can't walk anymore. And so Peter's like, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna build you a suit, make you walk again. And the whole time he's super nice to him, being like, and he makes Peter his suit, like the one with the white. And he's like, here, I'll help you. And he's like,
so he knows that Peter's Spider-Man.
He thinks that Peter works for Spider-Man.
Oh, fair.
He doesn't. Yeah. And so he's super nice to Peter the whole time, and Peter sees him like, he comes home or like comes back to the lab while Octavius is working by himself, and he's already implanted the chip in his brain, and he starts going crazy. So Peter like rips it out and goes like, I have to be around when you're doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're right. They start working together. As you're playing the game, you're like, oh, maybe Dr. Octopus is good in this game, and you know like who he is. But you can't help but think it. Like you don't think he's the bad guy. And so when the reveal happens, you're like, I knew it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually, it was pretty good.
How do they do the arms in this one? Is it
I didn't like the arms.
Is it in the movie kind of like that or no?
No, I didn't like the arms in this one. They did like carbon. I don't like it when everything's carbon fiber in games, because carbon fiber isn't as amazing as video game people think. Like, I want a carbon fiber suit, but carbon fiber is like, like resin. Resin? Well, it's like plastic with a couple layers of fabric in between each. Like layers of fabric melted in plastic. That's what carbon fiber basically is. So it's like very flexible, and you can't rip it apart. But it's not bulletproof like everyone thinks. Like carbon fiber isn't. That was my tangent. Anyway, they say it's a carbon fiber arms, and they're glowing yellow on the inside, and they have needles on the end instead of hands.
Oh.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was okay. Like it didn't take me out of the game, but as I watched it, I'd be like, really? Like I would have preferred if they were more robotic. Like,
yeah. But, was it? Because I remember in the comics when because I watched the Spider-Man 2 before I started reading the comics.
Yeah.
The first time he comes up, I was not a fan of how they did the arms, because it wrapped all the way. It was like this thing that they wrapped all the way around him.
He like implants it in his back.
It's like this metal thing that's all around him, and then the arms come out the sides.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's how he walks and stuff. So I wasn't a fan of that.
He floats in the air and lets the arms walk for this one. But he wears like a classic suit, which was very cleverly done. Is one of the things at the very beginning of the game is, as they're trying to build the amputee arms, everything keeps catching on fire. So Octavius is like, oh, we need a fire suit in here. and so they have a green fire suit, and that's the suit he uses while he has the arms, because in the comics he has the green suit, and he puts on goggles. So it's very classic. Yeah. At the very end of the game, you're fighting him. You take him down. Turns out he knew you were Spider-Man all along, and he was playing with you. Mm-hmm. Turns out he the whole time, even when he was nice to you, he was actually evil. All of it was a ruse to trick Peter and the audience. At the very end, you knock him down, turn his arms off, and he's laying there, and he can't get up because his muscles don't work anymore.
Yeah.
And it was actually real sad, because he's like, my arms, and you're like, you don't, your arms don't work. And that's why he wasn't he's.
Oh yeah, I watched that last scene.
Yeah, he's actually emotional. But still, you feel bad for him. You're like, oh, guy, poor dude. But it was a very good scene, and his Peter makes that anti-Ock suit. It's called the black and yellow.
Yeah,
I like that one. It looked
cool. I liked it too.
I liked it a lot. Very good game. I like how they ended it with Miles. Do you know the very ending with Norman and the symbiote?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very cool. I did not expect Harry Osborn to be the symbiote.
Is he in the game at all before that, or no?
They mention him. The whole game, they say he was sick and he's in Europe getting treatment.
Oh, okay.
But it turns out.
And you would probably think that was the Green Goblin thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would assume that.
Actually, the whole time I was like, yeah, he's just sick. He's coming back. And I thought he'd come back crazy and then be the Goblin.
Okay.
Or Norman would be the Goblin. But it ends with him as the symbiote. And I was like,
I wasn't a fan of how they did the Green Goblin in Amazing Spider-Man.
Me neither. No, not a fan. Harry has always been the Hobgoblin, I think.
Yeah.
And then his dad's been Green Goblin.
Yeah.
But anyway, very interesting game. I'm very confused. I've seen many things saying the symbiote Harry Osborn will be a DLC, which is downloadable content.
Yeah.
And then the Miles Morales will be a DLC too. But other people are saying it's going to be Spider-Man PS4 number 2. They're going to make a second game with that stuff.
I don't know. A lot of games don't really. I don't know actually if this is true, but I feel like it would just make more sense for this day and age for games to not even come out with a second one, just
DLC
updates and DLCs and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I think too. One thing they said though is Spider-Man PS4 is the beginning of a MCU for video games.
Interesting.
They're doing a cinematic universe for video games.
Would you be okay with that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
if they're all the same, as long as they don't, because you don't really get to see much of Wakanda and the.
They mention it, but they don't show it.
Yeah, but in in the MCU, you don't really get to see much of the actual buildings and all the other and the town and stuff like that.
That would actually be super cool if they made an open world Black Panther game. I would play that. Maybe probably an Iron Man game. Obviously, they'll probably do one.
Yeah, I would expect.
Yeah. Anyway, Spider-Man game was fun. I would recommend playing it. Maybe we could do a little thing for the channel
just for the hell of it,
because it's pretty freaking fun.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for the PS4. So
future film.
We're moving on to the personal topics right now. So if you don't want to hear about us or how we're doing, not how we're doing, but
how we're feeling personally,
about us. If you don't want to hear about us, you can just leave. Right?
Turn off.
And then
get out.
You can come back for the next.
Get out.
Please leave. We don't want. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, because then you can come back for the next one when we talk about something that you're interested in. We really appreciate it. Anyways.
I just had a visual of Benedict Cumberbatch actually walking in.
You guys are recording Limitless now. Okay.
And being super polite to me.
But of course. Sorry.
I'm sure Benedict Cumberbatch is a very nice man. I bet you.
Positive he is. No doubt in my mind.
I would like to meet that guy.
That's what
Very interesting man. Anyway.
So we're gonna be talking about some of our future ideas for stuff that we want to try doing. So for one, a possible new horror movie might be.
Yeah.
We might be considering.
Yeah.
Cause I think we're probably gonna do some short films for a little bit.
We're gonna shoot a lot more short films soon.
Yeah, and not big ones. So Limitless. This is probably gonna be on hold for a while.
Yeah, the conversations are probably gonna take a halt for a bit, maybe.
When we start filming that, you'll know, because we'll be focusing
uploading
more.
some shorts.
That's not gonna be happening until December though. So
December, maybe November, maybe.
Depending on we have a vision that we want to.
It's a beautiful vision.
We have a beautiful vision that we want to, and we want it to just be perfect, and we cannot do that with the current situation with the climate and everything.
With the lake.
And so with horror movie, we scouted out a location, and we're gonna try to
get a little thing done there.
Yeah. Not the whole thing probably, but we're gonna have to look more at stuff.
School maybe we'd shoot some of it at a school.
Yeah.
Forest. We are near the location where they shot some of the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes scenes.
Really?
So
that was
do you know that?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So maybe have a little shoot there and be like, hey, there's a gorilla. Just kidding.
That's crazy. And yeah.
Maybe we got a couple other ideas, some that are more costly than the others.
Yeah, so we have a big project, something big in the works, but it's not really in the works. We'll let you know.
It's on indefinite hold.
Yeah.
We have a couple projects. I think we can talk a little bit about them. Some of the projects that we're planning on, if for some reason you watch this and you want to comment, just say, hey, I'd love to see this soon. We will get to work on it because then we know people want it.
Yeah.
But some of the projects we have is a little sequel to a Less of the Limit, if you're picking up on that.
Yes, sir.
And it will be not much a sequel, but more of a actual adaptation of the story.
Mm-hmm.
A dark romance, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Indie, dark, teen romance gone wrong.
Between Oscar and I and our indefinite love for our podcast. The podcast is actually a huge character in it.
Yeah. We have not cast the female role for the film. So, yeah, we're trying to cast a female for the film, but it's not...
We got a lot of stuff that we want. We want to do this one. We have all the materials. We just got a new lens for it. Mm-hmm. The people who we're working with just got a new lens. We didn't buy that.
But that film is working. We are kind of setting up a script for it. We did write a script, but we need to take a couple more
some
drafts.
Proofreads and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Mallory.
Yes.
And so we're gonna work on that. If you're interested in a very 30-minute. Very different side of our channel. Let us know if that seems interesting to you.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we're gonna be doing a Limitless thing.
Yeah, and a lot more little tiny things because we're doing a media course coming up soon. So
well, I guess those things come up, so we can't say them now because we don't know what they'll be.
Yeah, but one that we want to try to do is another a comedy.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of comedies here, so we're gonna try to put a couple more comedies up here. It's a documentary style.
It's pretty much gonna be a parody of
It'll be good.
We hope it'll be good. If it's not good, then we're not gonna upload it on here. That's pretty much how it's gonna go.
We'll give it a whirl.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I've gone around coming up with many different ideas for short films we can make, and most of them I go over my head. This one seems plausible. I'm not saying we're gonna do it, but it's a I guess you could say a DC Universe Marvel meetup in the middle. But
I think we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, I don't really want to give away the two characters.
No,
but it's
something else. It'll be something.
It's very grounded, and it doesn't really need budget and the whole universe of characters to make a story. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be difficult.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me. Anyway, we'll see if that comes up. If you're interested in a very... We haven't released a superhero, we released Limitless, but we haven't actually released a fan-based short film on here, which is kind of like...
It's a daunting thing to do.
Yeah.
It requires a budget and...
Yeah.
Maybe to get costumes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because we usually just make our own, but it's hard to make your own while trying to make someone else's to make it look good. Because when we make our own, we try to get that homemade feel almost.
Yeah. And another thing with this idea is we could even take out the whole DC and Marvel part of it, and it's still a good story. Mm-hmm. So if we're not feeling like putting the characters in the film, we could just make it two different characters that exist in this universe. Give them different names, and it could work.
Planet Earth.
Yeah.
It's not a universe, but
the Limitless cinematic universe.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't be that. But so we're gonna give that a whirl. Any other things you want to mention about that?
Not much.
Maybe get a new camera soon. We'll see.
We will see. Yeah. Oh, and a little. I don't know if we would actually upload this on here, but we have a little fun little game that we want to try filming because we're trying to work on. Here are the things we're trying to work on: time for videos, for short films, trying to keep that time limit down so we can, for contests and festivals and stuff, try to.
Oh yeah, the 48-hour
film festival, that's probably coming up soon. We're gonna try to participate in that. We're gonna try to get, so our main goals are to try to cut our videos down and film them in a certain amount of time, which would also help for commercial filming and stuff in the future if we ever get into that avenue for something. Yeah. And also acting, comedy skills, like writing and improv and stuff like that.
We should upload that, by the way. Improv.
True, yeah.
That's a good one.
So we're gonna try a new little game. We don't know if we're gonna upload it here.
Maybe we will. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like we said, if we're proud of it and we like it, then we're gonna upload it on here. If not, then we're gonna upload it somewhere else.
Now I'm assuming most of our viewers don't want to comment, but I'm just gonna take another risk and say, if you have an idea for something you want us to make, give us a little pitch.
I know you don't
most likely would do it.
I know you don't really have anything to go off of since we haven't really posted many short films on this channel, but
we have lots of ideas.
We're just a whole web of ideas.
Yeah, they say the proof is in the pudding, and we have none.
Speaking of webs, Spider-Man PS4.
So, what's your favorite suit? We played a little footsies there. That was cute. So that kind of packs up the day. How's your day's been going? You know, how's your week been?
Something weird happened recently.
Yeah.
I was abducted by a highly religious family.
Okay. So,
the only thing I heard come out of this family's mouth was, "Gosh goodness." All the classics you say, of course. Anyways.
Continue about your story.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Or if you want to go on another tangent.
No. Okay. I'll save something that I have to say for another one.
Okay.
Anyways, this family, they're my neighbors. They live a few houses down, and they were building a stairs on the side of their house. So they get the jack camera and they start. That's what all you hear all day. Yeah. And then they call my friend Cameron and I. They call his mother, and they're like, "Hey, can we hire your son? Can we hire your son and one of his friends to help move the concrete when we're done doing it?"
Okay.
And of course, Cameron's mother's like, "Yeah, of course." Like they'll be compensated. Okay. And then so we go there.
Did you get?
Of course.
All right.
Nice. So we go there, and they have like one tiny little thing done, and we're like, okay. This is. We were picturing it would be a lot harder than it was. We go there and we finish that. They only jackhammered the bottom, and they're like, "Yeah, we got a whole bunch more to go, but we're just gonna get you guys to move this because it will take a while. Then we're gonna jackhammer more. Then you guys can come back over, move it. We're gonna jackhammer more, come back over." And we're like, okay, sounds good. We move the section that they did for us in like 5 minutes, and we're like, this is really light concrete. Like, this is really easy. And so we were just standing there, and they're like, "All right, you guys can go back over there. We'll call you when we're ready." And we're like, okay, sounds good. So we're there, and we're like, why couldn't they just jackhammer the whole thing, get us to move it, and then do that? Except they didn't do that. So then they came back over like half an hour later. So we were pretty much trapped in this house. We couldn't go anywhere because they could come over at any time to get us to move the next chunk. Yeah. So they do that a whole bunch of times, and we're like, okay. I guess the dad kind of got tired after a while, and he's like, okay, I'm not going to jackhammer anymore. So they made us, they're like, we don't work on Sundays, so you guys are going to have to come back on Monday. So we're doing half an hour or 2 hours of work spanned across 2 days. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, sure, whatever. So we go back there, and we finally finish it all, and the dad's like, "Yeah, that's good. Just load it into the truck and then get in the van and we'll get going." Karen and I just kind of sat there like, what? He's like, "Yeah, you guys are helping me take it to the dump." And Cameron's like, "Okay, well, you know what? These guys are fine. It's all good." And then he's like, "I'll just go get my son." And his son's like 8 years old. And we're like, okay, that's cool, whatever. So the son takes the front seat, and they're 2 middle seats because they have a whole bunch of kids. The 2 middle seats are taken up by car seats. So Cameron and I are way in the back of the van. And then they're both in the front. So like he's shouting back at us. Yeah. And like the conversations are just so awkward because we're both shouting because we're on the road, and there's like the concrete is just going behind us. Yeah. And so we do the dump, we take it to the dump, we unload everything after the final 2 days and everything like that. Everything's good.
Yeah.
And every time the dad was gonna back up, the son would be like, "You want me to get the walkie-talkie?" I'm like, "Walkie-talkie? What is going on here? Walkie-talkie?" And you could tell that the dad was like, he wanted. I don't want to say it was like. He was very prideful because usually he uses the walkie-talkie, but because we were in the car he refused to use it.
No.
He's like, because every time he'd be like, "No, that's not necessary. That's not." Like, "No, I got this. I got this. I got."
You want me to use the walkie-talkie? Shut up.
I got this.
No, we don't need the walkie-talkie, son.
He might as well have used the walkie-talkie to save the embarrassment though, because we went to the dump and the kid was just hanging out the window looking down. He's like, "Left, right a little bit, left." And he would come back in. "You're too far, Dad." And then he'd put his head back out the window, and Cameron and I were just sitting there like, "Oh my God, we'll carry it. We will carry it 10 blocks to save us from this embarrassment."
Yeah.
But they finally get home, and he's like, "Okay, good stuff. I'll go get the money." And Cameron and I are like, "Okay, sick." This was like, this was like 2 days worth of work that they spanned out,
Yeah.
This was a lot of our time. You know what? I wasn't expecting a whole lot.
Okay, yeah, I guess
We
that's
couldn't
fair.
do anything for 2 days and go back.
Oh, did you go like multiple?
Multiple times, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
We were there a large amount of time that we didn't need to be there for.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, we'll get you like $100 each, all that stuff." And we're like, "Okay."
Oh wow, that's
very nice of you, thank you. Because they're like, "Yeah, I know we wasted your last like little bit of summer."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, cool." I don't really care about money that much. I've realized. I just know that I need it to live.
Yeah.
So
Just
when I
the
get
essentials, you know?
when I get money, I'm not like, "Nice."
Yeah.
And then when I spend it, I'm also not like, "Oh no."
Mm-hmm.
Which is a problem. Anyways, so they come out. And then he goes to shake the hand, and I told you this story already.
Oh yeah.
Because he was the most awkward guy I've ever met, like one of the most awkward people.
Yeah.
So like he has the money in both of his hands, and he's like, he has envelopes, but he didn't bring the money in the envelopes. He had the envelopes outside of the money.
Like iPhone C or whatever, like this
Okay.
thing, but blue.
Yeah.
And I sold it online for like $50.
Mhm.
And he walks like into my house, like I was doing the deal outside my house, but he just walks in my house, and I was like,
Hard level of white anger, which is now listen
Agreed,
here,
but-
pal.
Newsflash, buddy.
Newsflash, bucko. That is underselling me.
That's my white thing. I was like, all right, newsflash, pal. I'll take that 50 if you get out. But anyway,
And the paperclip. That's
I really don't want to get mad at this guy. I don't like getting mad at people. You know, if I have to get mad at someone, I want it to like look like I'm in the right.
yes.
Judging the scenario, I thought there was many ways people could see I was being a jerk. I don't know, but I was like, okay,
I don't think so.
I'll take the 50. Good deal. Take this phone. Have a good day. And he's like, oh yeah, and can I have a charger? I was like,
Whoa.
No. And for like the phone, I was like, no, I don't have any. And he's like, oh, okay.
That seems quite strange.
And so I shook his hand and pretended to be me, and this is what he does.
Oh, sorry.
And so I thought maybe, but I guess it wasn't. That's what the
That's
guy
a
does
little
for Ian.
spoiler for the story. So yeah, the same guy shakes my hand, and he just kind of grabs my top 2 fingers and does a little shake, and I was like, okay, cool. And I had another awkward experience with a handshake recently. I hate handshakes so much because my hands are naturally clammy, and it's hard to get into that right position.
Yeah.
Especially like I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So I had a job interview recently. Yeah. And so the manager goes to shake my hand again, and he's standing up as I'm going in, so it's like a boom. We like almost collide, and it's like a halfway because he's like super busy, so it was like a boom. So he stood up, and he went in, and like I got the bottom of his hand, and he grabbed it like that. I was like, oh no.
You're like, I lost this job.
And I'm not getting this one.
How long ago was?
This was yesterday.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's a chance.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
Yeah, there's a possibility.
I didn't know if you meant like this summer. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
But okay, so
it's
but I might
possible.
not anyways. Who knows? Life
I don't
happens.
think-
And then we walked.
I feel like they don't judge it on a handshake when you're
Who
in
knows?
high school.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So all I remember is that there was this nice old man, and he would shake my hand when I was super young as like kind of like a jokey thing.
Yeah.
Except then as I started getting older and stuff, he would like tilt my head and he'd be like, you look someone in the eyes when you shake their hand, boy. You look the man in the eye when you shake their hand. And I was like, okay. And I've like carried that in my head forever.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this girl one time, and her dad came, and I shook his hand, and I forgot to look him in the eye. Like, when he walked away, I was just like, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, I didn't look him in the eye. Like,
yeah.
That could have been that man's dying wish.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do it.
Yeah, messed up.
Yeah. And so next time I talked to him, I was like, boom.
Yeah, you gotta give
solid,
him
solid eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
And then another person I met.
Yeah.
Just going off on a tangent. Oh well. There was another girl that I was talking to one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, when my dad shakes your hand, he's gonna try to break it. By the way, just to let you know. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And her dad is just like, I get into the car, and her dad is just a beast. Like, he goes, you can tell all he does is like go to, and his job is probably just like
going to the gym,
going to like
beating
doing something.
up.
Yeah. And
Bodyguard.
I was like, okay, cool. I go, and he's just like, boom, grip. I'm like, yeah, I can take this. I got this. And he lets go, and I'm like, okay. He's scary. And we just came back from Tim, so I have my hot chocolate. And he has a very fancy car.
Yeah.
He turns the corner and goes onto the back seat of the car. My hot chocolate spills. And I'm sitting there, and I have my sweater. And I just start like dabbing and rubbing furiously. Yeah. And she looks back at me, and she looks down, and her eyes go super wide. And I'm like, no, don't tell the dad. She like looks over at him, and then she just acts really sad. And I'm like, that was a close one. And I got it out, so it's all good. But that was terrifying.
I
could have died.
She was like, he's still hot chocolate.
Have you ever shaken someone's hand aggressively on purpose to like kind of be like a threat kind of thing?
I walked her home one time, and then I went back home the next day. She was like, oh yeah, my stepdad just saw you walking me home, and he wants to talk to you and show you his guns.
Oh.
Like real like rifles.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's do it. If I die, I die. And he was like, hey, and I was like, this is easy.
Man, how's it going? Let's see these guns.
Like, is that a Winchester? Just because I was like, you know, I'll try to be relatable. Like, I gotta show him not scared of the gun.
No, Oscar, this is a handgun. Yo, man, is that a bazooka?
I don't know guns.
This Oscar guy, is he like? Is he funny? Is he funny? Because that's
no.
No.
So, anyway, the family thinks I'm an idiot. I look like some weird gun lover who like plays video games all the time and thinks he knows guns.
I think I saw that in Call of Duty.
That's what I thought they were thinking of me. I've never played Call of Duty, just so you know. But
just had to let that out.
I just had to let that out. Yeah, I've never played Call of Duty.
I never will, and I've never played Halo, and I've never.
I'm just workshopping with you, bro.
You never mentioned that in this one. Actors, Oscar brought to my attention that actors do weird things, and then they make an excuse calling it workshopping.
Yeah, that's my pet peeve about acting is when someone does something really weird in public in the weirdest times.
Yeah.
And then they just give the excuse of workshop.
Yeah.
Like if you're hanging out with someone and then they just go into musical randomly, and you're like, why? And they're like, man, I was just workshopping. I'm like, okay,
like,
cool. Okay, oh, do that later. And everything went slow and black, and I was like, no. And then I heard, oh, it is a Winchester, and I was like, Mama,
I schooled you.
Yeah, but that was my story.
Other thing they did,
okay,
because they recently moved. They didn't really recently move, but they had a bunch of boxes that we also had to take to dump.
Okay.
They're like McFry boxes.
Yeah.
She's like, she was very scared about us getting injured. That was the most annoying thing ever. Anyway, She's like, if you're ever moving, this is the tone of her voice. If you're ever moving, definitely use McFry boxes. I didn't know if I heard you right. What?
Okay.
You go to McDonald's and you go in the back and they have a whole bunch of boxes there and they just don't use them. And they're perfect. They're small and compact and you can just stack them on top of each other. I'm like, what's the okay. What's the difference between those and regular? They're small and compact and you can stack them on top. So I go into their shed and they have like 5 McFry boxes just stacked on each other. I'm like, okay. They weren't lying.
Neat.
I was like, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you gonna play? What are you planning to do with your future? And I was like, I don't tell people, but she's being really nice to me. I guess I'm like, possibly like, film stuff. And she's like, what's your backup plan? I was like,
I hate it when people say that.
And I'm like,
I mean, it's smart. Have a backup plan.
It is,
always
yes.
do. But when someone like,
because what people don't understand is that there's so many different things of film. Like I would be happy just filming at the local news station.
Yeah, like anything really.
media industry.
Ridley Scott started as a filmer for CBC.
Exactly. Like that's what
Ridley
I mean. Like
Scott.
you can get into different places. You don't have to go straight to the top.
Exactly.
And you don't go straight to the top. That's
No
not
one
how
does.
it works. No one really does that.
Yeah.
And I just kind of sat there. I was like, I opened up to you. You're one of the only people I've ever opened up to.
And you're like,
probably like business or because I was with Cameron in the back of the van.
Yeah.
And because we were in the van, the dad goes, "What about you, Cameron?" And Cameron's like, "Business, probably." And he's like, "Oh, business, huh? I once knew a guy. He came here, nothing, not $1 to his name, and he started doing some odd jobs for people. And then you know what? Now he owns a business." He looks back at Cameron. He's like, "Look at the road. You're gonna kill You're gonna kill your son.
Yeah.
We'll be fine because it's a giant ass van." But, and like, so that was completely different from what I was expecting. I was expecting to be like, "Yeah, you need to have a full plan," but he was like, "No, just go do some jobs and you'll be fine." And then the mom's like, "What's the backup plan?" So
Yeah.
they were conflicted a lot.
Yeah, I feel ya. I went to do a job interview last week to be a barista.
Oh yeah.
And it worked out. Hey, I'm a barista.
A barista. Don't you have to? I wonder if that. I guess that's not a thing anymore because apparently they had a thing where you had to work at Tim Hortons for a certain amount of time before you.
No.
Huh. Interesting.
No, they teach you everything. I'm not allowed to serve a coffee for 3 months though. They give you 3-month training because it's a real fancy barista place, you know.
Yeah.
So they want to give you high quality. So they're not allowed. None of their workers are allowed to for 3 months.
What
you
do
have to
do
like
then?
prepare for 3 months. You do the till, and like when no one's around, you practice making coffee. Yeah, so you practice for 3 months until you're like perfect, and then you can start serving people, which is, I mean, good, you know. But like 3 months of just like wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so weird when I'm working there though, because like our school goes there after school. Like everyone from our school goes there now, so I'm working there, and everyone's like, "Oscar?
Is this? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait. You don't take me as the kind of guy to be a barista.
Yeah.
Make me a coffee.
It's an interesting job. I love the job.
Yeah.
Very thankful. Yeah.
Anyways, is that?
I don't know. You got any other little life conversations?
Not really. I like how we said we were gonna keep this one short.
Yeah, it's probably been like an hour.
Probably an hour and a half by now.
Yep.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
This might be your longest one yet. Who knows?
Good stuff.
Is that all, do you think, or you got anything to talk about?
It's the Minecraft sound. Wow. Can you make this sound? Like the mining?
Okay, I'll go. This is Obsidian. This is grass. Ready? That was actually more like a spider.
You gotta do the like the pain sound from a zombie. They do like yeah.
You can hire me anytime.
Good stuff.
Okay.
This kicks my fan theory.
This kicked my fan theory sense into overdrive.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess
That concludes this.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for watching and or listening to this episode of Limitless Conversations. We hope you enjoyed. Let us know if you have any suggestions for us.
We're probably gonna start doing some ASMR.
That's right.
This is a rainforest.
Wow, that's really soothing, Oscar. This is my inner demons.
I was just just workshopping with
Just
this.
workshopping. All right. Yeah, I'm so happy we got 2 mics, but you guys aren't.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening. We hope you enjoyed our topics today. More personal topics today. I liked them. I had a fun time. And yeah, peace out.
Hope you enjoyed.
See you on the flippity flop.
Flippity floppy, don't stop, stoppity, stoppity, and boppity, then you're gonna drop it.
That's how you finish.